everyone. For those of you who I have not met yet, my name is Leah. It looks like it's pronounced Leah, but it's Leah. And I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about keeping the bigger picture in focus. I'm actually glad that Marguerite went first because this will build off how to prioritize a little bit. So I had the absolute pleasure of sitting at last night's dinner with a great group of people, and we were talking about large-scale CIS transformation projects and how messy they can get. And so when I think about that mess, and I don't know, are we advancing? Here, okay. Here's an example of what that mess looks like in my head. So quick guess from the room. Does anyone know what we are looking at here? And bonus points if you get my indulgent reference to Clueless on the slide before, just shout it out. Very good, thank you. So this is Water Lilies by Monet, and I think Monet gives us the perfect example of how getting a little distance from something can change your perspective, right? I actually Googled in preparation for this how to look at a Monet painting, and the advice Google gave me was to stand as far back as you can. And so that's what I want to talk to you today about 3 techniques that I've developed in my career to help me keep the bigger picture in focus and maintain that holistic perspective. The first one is be the bird. The second one, do you know what problem you are solving? And the third one, and my favorite advice that I ever got in my career, make every decision as if you're running the whole company. So I'm going to tackle these one by one. The first one, be a bird. My experience working in utilities is that we work with a lot of engineers and a lot of process. And the thing about that is it's very easy to lose the forest through the trees. So when that happens, I want you to think about the bird because the bird flies above the forest. The process that we have in utilities is so important, okay? I love it. It is absolutely necessary to doing the work we do and doing it safely. But many of us have found ourselves deep in flow charts and swim lanes and focused on just the tiniest decision point. No, this could happen. No, this could happen. Planning for every outcome. And when that happens, you fall into this trap of being deep in the forest and losing your way out. And so if you find yourself in that and you can remember, Leah told me to be the bird, zoom back out, what's the title of that flowchart, and zoom way back out, what flowchart is that supporting as a process, you might be able to get there. But if you can't remember to be the bird, then I want you to ask yourself, what problem am I solving? And yes, you should check yourself on this before you wreck yourself on this, as Ice Cube taught us, but what problem are you trying to solve? Ask yourself this early, ask yourself this often, and not written here, but ask this of others too. What problem are we trying to solve here? And often it's not which of these 2 competing priorities we should decide on, it's what was the holistic program that these competing priorities were even for. Why did the executives want us to do this? When we were talking about CS transformation projects, we all leaned in on the table. We did look like this last night for my girls in the room who were at the table with me. And so it can feel very messy. And if you get to that point, that's where I want to give you this last piece of advice. Make every decision as if you are running the entire company. Quick story on this. In a previous role to the one I have now, I was in charge of our print and postage operations at the utility, and we had what was called a returned mail problem. This returned mail problem was $200,000 basically in throwing away money. And my VP said, why don't you just hire someone to look into it and take care of it? I said, because it costs about the same for the contractor as it would to fix the problem. And he said to me, think as if you're running the entire company. This is an actual copy of the lean business case I put together once I thought, if I got a contract on the door, what could I fix? And I came up with $3 million in savings because I didn't have a returned mail problem. I had a digitizing correspondence problem, and that was everything I could fix from it. So I want to leave you some very real questions you can ask yourself that'll help you prioritize, help you keep the bigger picture in mind. Is what I'm doing, is the decision I'm making affecting our ability to deliver gas and electricity safely to our customers? Is what I am doing or the priorities I'm competing for going to affect our ability for our customers to get our bill or the ability for our customers to pay our bill? Another good thing to think through the utility is what I'm doing going to help us comply with local legislations? Is it going to put us at risk of following certain laws or regulations that may be in our territory? I'm going to give you one more, but I want you to think these are the types of problems holistically that our executives focus on. And yes, they are more nuanced on that, but these are the pillars that they are focused on. The last one, is this going to affect our bottom line? Is this an opportunity to make revenue, impact our revenue, or some of our key KPIs? Those are real questions you can take back with you to the utility for when you lose focus. So again, 3 things: be a bird, make every decision as if you're running the entire company, and what problem are you trying to solve? I want to end by bringing us back to Monet for a second. The Monet painting, which stands in Paris usually, is actually way bigger than you think. It's about this size. And as you grow in your career, you'll realize that the problems you need to focus on continue to get bigger and bigger. But if you ever find yourself that it's getting blurry or messy, just remind yourself you are probably standing too close. Thank you.